Michelle. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve this bronzy eyeshadow look with a pop of color. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and if you're interested, just keep on watching. So I've already done my eyebrows off camera. I'm going to link the video to that tutorial up here somewhere so that you can click it and see how I achieved my eyebrows. But I'm going to go ahead and start by priming my face with the MAC strobe cream. And before I even put the strobe cream on, I'm going to use the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist, and then I'm going to go ahead and put on the primer. So I've already primed my face with the strobe cream, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prime my lids and get them ready for the eyeshadow. I am using Too Faced Shadow Insurance on my eyes, a little teeny tiny amount on each eye, really not that much. Anyway, once my eyelids are primed, I actually like to set them with a little bit of powder. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Face Compact in Light 05. I'm just going to take this Morphe M513 brush and I'm just going to dab it into the product and like literally set all the area. And I'm going to go right in with the crease. I'm going to use my Naked, the original Naked from Urban Decay. And I'm just going to use the shade Naked to start creating the crease that I want to have. And I go in circular motions. I just feel that when I do that, it blends faster, especially when I'm rushing. So that creates like a stencil for me because it's a lighter color. So as you can see, I know where my brow bone is, and blending is really important. You want to make sure there's no harsh lines anywhere and that it's even. See here, it needs a little bit more color. Once we've already decided what our crease color is, we're going to go ahead and apply it. I'm going to use a Buck in the Naked palette as well. And I'm going to focus the color when I put the initial color. I'm going to focus it on the outside, right? And blend. And as the color, I'm going to blend in place, right? And as the color starts to run out on my brush, then I bring it forward. Just because I want the accent towards the end and not the front. And now as you can see, the color looks very much focused. We want to blend that out. So I'm going to use another brush with no color on it. This one is the MAC 217. And I'm going to just, where the lines are, I'm just going to buff it out. And then with the brush that has the color on it, I'm just going to continue blending. And again, I feel like I still need to blend a little bit more, so I'm using the 217 by MAC just to get the harsh lines out of the way. So once we have the crease in place and we've blended out all the lines, I'm actually going to go ahead and apply the main lid color on my lid, and I'm going to be using the Buxom White Russian On the Rocks eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use the color Precious Metal. In order to apply this color, I'm going to actually use a flat shader brush. This is the MAC 252. And I'm going to place this down by patting down on the lid. This is a wide brush, so I could get a lot of the area almost instantly. Now the next thing I'm going to do, because I'm actually intrigued to see if I can make this color pop a little bit more, is that I'm going to take the color again, and I'm going to use the Hydrating Milky Mist that I use to spray my whole face. And I'm going to spray the actual product on the brush and wet that eyeshadow and apply it on the lid again, just to intensify the color. You can already see the difference between this eye and this eye. This color is more intense, it looks more metallic, so that's what I'm going for. Prefer it this way. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. So once we've already placed the color on the lid and it's already nice and metallic-y and wet and whatnot, we are just gonna again blend here, make sure that the lines are nicely faded. And once we do that, I'm actually gonna fast forward and I'm going to do the face. I'm gonna go ahead and put foundation. We're not done with the eyes yet, but this is just sometimes the way I do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet my face again with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist, and I'm going to use the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced in the shade Light Beige. And I'm going to use the Sephora Pro Foundation brush number 47. And I'm going to take this and just put it all over the face by patting it on, but also like moving it all at once, if that makes sense. So I'll pat it and then blend it. Once the foundation is on, I'm going to go ahead and conceal the under eye area. And I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer in Porcelain, which is a little bit lighter than the foundation is. Okay, so now I have my wet sponge, and I'm going to go in the under eye area and pretty much just blend this concealer. And you do it by patting in place. I see a lot of people going back and forth, and honestly, you're just getting rid of the product that you just placed. So that's not a good method because you're just wasting product. I'm actually going to conceal my nose a little bit because it looks a little rosy right now. I'm going to use the same concealer, the LA Pro Conceal High Definition in Porcelain, and I'm just going to do one line, and I'm going to do a few this way, and I'm going to do the sides of my nose and a little bit down here. Okay, once we've done that, we're going to actually set what we concealed with powder. So I'm going to use the same powder that I used earlier to set my lids, but now I'm going to set my concealer, and that's the Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Face Compact in Light 05. So I'm just going to swirl my brush in there. I'm using an angled brush, the Morphe Y4. So actually, sometimes what I like to do is use the actual angle side of the brush and go in there. And like, again, I'm not swiping back and forth. And particularly on the under eye, I personally don't like to do it because for me, that creates texture. And I just don't like how that looks. I do this funny face every single time I set my powder, because I just feel like it stretches my face out. I don't know if it's like a thing. And once we've done that, I'm actually going to go right back to the eyes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one's the Morphe No Number. But it's basically what you call, it looks like a blending brush, but it's also like a pencil brush, I think they call it. It's like fine at the tip. I'm going to grab that buck that we used on the crease, and I'm going to actually put it on the lash line. So once we have that color, I'm actually going to add a pop of color to the actual lash line. So this color is going to be basically to blend that color. The color that I'm going to use now is actually In the Shadows by MAC. It's a very deep blue color. So I'm going to use the MAC 208 brush. This is a angled liner brush, which I usually use to actually do like a wing liner or to fill in my brows. But because I want to put this color literally where the lashes are placed, I need a very detailed brush. So I'm going to go in with this color. If you notice, I left like an opening right in the middle because I'm actually going to go in with white liner. And I want to place that white liner there too. I like to create like a little line that extends from the lower lash line outward. Once we have the blue, I'm going to grab the white liner and I'm going to place it on my actual waterline. The white liner that I'm going to use is the Marc Jacobs Big Eyes. That's the color, Big Eyes. I guess what they're trying to say is that putting white eyeliner makes your eyes look bigger, so that makes sense. And so I'm going to put this literally on my waterline. And then in that area where it opens up, I'm actually going to bring the white out. I'm going to place it on the tear duct too. So once we have that, I'm actually going to highlight my brow bone. And I'm going to use the Buxom Born Glam. It's the lightest color in the palette. And I'm going to use the Morphe R37. And I'm going to get a little bit of the product, tap off the excess. And I'm going to focus the color where the arch of the brow bone is. So that's the majority of the color. Once my color starts fading, I'll move it to the rest of the area. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use the Naked Urban Decay And I'm going to use the lightest color on that palette, which I believe is Virgin. Let's see if I know my things. Yes, it is. It's Virgin. And I'm going to use that pencil brush. I just go over it with my finger and get rid of the product, I guess. And I'm going to tap it in there, tap off the excess, and in this little area, I'm placing the color. Once that's done, we're going to finish off the face. So now, I'm going to apply my bronzer. I'm going to use the Tarte Park Avenue Princess, which I've used in my other tutorials before. I'm telling you guys, it's like my thing right now. And I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. This is the Sephora Pro Precision Powder Brush, number 59. And I'm going to just literally just swirl my brush in there, tap off the excess, and then I want to kind of like go over the hairlines a little bit. So literally I'm putting it all over my hairline just to give me that dimension so that the lightness is in the center of the face and the darkness is on the outside of the face. This will count as my contour. I'm not going to go in and do a separate anything for the contour. And then I'm going to take the excess and like just blend out my jawline. Once we've done that, I'm going to use the powder once again, the Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Face Compact in Light. And I'm going to use that angled brush that we used earlier, the Morphe Y4. And I'm going to clean up the what was the bronzing so that it looks more contoured or chiseled, like they say. So see, it creates like a straighter line. Once we have finished that, I'm going to use the same brush, actually. I don't know why I'm putting it back. And I'm going to use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Mineral Blush and Champagne Splits. So basically this product comes with a highlight on one side and a blush on the other side, but I'm only using the blush. I personally don't like a lot of blush, so I'm going to blend that out with the bigger brush that we used earlier. Then once we finished with the blush and we blended that out, I'm actually going to go with an all-time favorite. It's like, it used to be my go-to. It has a dent in it already. It's Hip Hand. It is the Soft and Gentle Highlight by MAC. And I'm going to grab this Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter brush. It's the F03. And I'm going to swirl that brush in there and literally go in the peaks of my cheek. Then with the excess, I'm going to put a little bit right here on the center of my nose. Only right there. Like, I don't really like to do the whole tip of the nose. I feel like it makes it look funny sometimes. And then I'm going to take a little bit more and I'm going to put it on the Cupid's bow. So once we have that, I'm going to put some lip balm. This is the EOS Honeysuckle Honeydew Lip Balm. Which, if you look at my July favorites, you're going to see a lot of the products that I'm using right now because I'm seriously hooked on some of these products. They're moving on to August, honestly. And that video is going to be linked right above here, I think, right there. Now, when I do looks like this, sometimes I don't like to go in with a bold lip because right now the highlight to me is the bronziness of the eyes and the pop of the blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two glosses that are very shimmery that will catch the light. And the first one I think is a limited edition by MAC. It's Pleasure Planet, and I'll show you guys in a bit, but I'm going to apply that. It's like a golden shimmery gloss. I'm going to apply that all over my lips. And once I've done that, I'm going to take the Jouer Skinny Dip Lip Topper and I'm going to put that in the center of my lips to kind of like catch the attention. Okay, I actually didn't like the lip topper. I'm going to go over it with the same lip gloss I used originally entirely, which is just going to really honestly blend the two colors together and make a color of its own. And now I'm going to just apply some mascara. As I said in a previous video, it doesn't matter if your mascara touches your actual lids where there's actual eyeshadow, because you can let it dry and then take a Q-tip and it comes right off. It doesn't even mess up the eyeshadow at all. I like to apply the mascara in the center and then kind of like bring the hairs out on the side to make them like more flared out. once we put mascara on, the very last step would be, for me at least, is to spray the face one more time. But this is pretty much the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notifications on so that you get notified when I post my next video. If you have any thoughts at all, leave it in the comments below. And I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye. I'm going to take the brush that I used earlier. When you live in an apartment, this is what happens. So you just want to pat in place. I can't see it. Sorry, YouTube. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. I don't know why I said thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Outro.
Yeah, your nightmare.
My nightmare. I need a shot. Huh?
Bébete otro para que te...
He encourages my drinking.